Alpha Automatic Grinder and Polisher. Operation video. 1. Connect water and electricity. Connect the power cord to the upper right corner of the back of the device, with a voltage requirement of 220 volts. Connect the air source and quickly plug the air pipe with an outer diameter of 6 mm into the pressure gauge. You can also adjust the barometer to control the pressure. The minimum standard needs to reach 0.6 megapascals for normal use. Connect the water circuit and tightly connect the 8 mm outer diameter water inlet pipe to the 1/4 inch female thread adapter. Put the white silicone ring into the quick connect fitting and then tighten it with the 1/2 inch male thread valve of the equipment. Cooling water can be connected to tap water via pipes with a pressure requirement of 0.1 megapascals, 0 trazimi. The other end is connected to the faucet with a 1/4 inch female thread quick connect fitting. For faucets of other specifications and models, adapters need to be prepared in advance. Then connect the drainage pipe with an outer diameter of 32 mm to the equipment's drainage outlet and reinforce it with a clamp. There is an optional dropper connection port at the bottom right corner. There is a device power button directly in front of the device. Red indicates that the device is powered off, and green indicates that the device is powered on. There is an emergency stop button above. Pressing it will make the equipment stop urgently, and rotating it to the right will restore its state. 2. Movement and fixation of polishing head. When the polishing head moves to a proper position, it needs to be locked before it can operate. The handle needs to be locked when its fan-shaped area is pointing to the upper screw. Otherwise, the system will still prompt that it is not locked. When the handle is in a position where it is inconvenient to rotate, it can be pulled out to adjust the angle. After the polishing head is locked, the lifting and lowering of the clamping plate requires two-handed operation. Press and hold the buttons on both sides of the polishing head with both hands for 3 seconds, and the clamping plate will automatically lower or rise. 3. Screen introduction. Now, let's explain the screen interface of the polishing head. This is the main interface, which displays the current product model and name. The 4 buttons below are respectively Administrator and Operator Interface, Manual Mode Interface, Parameter Setting Interface, Program Library Interface. The Administrator Interface allows operators to select and use sample preparation procedures and modify the parameters within the procedures. However, the operator can only start or stop the equipment and has no right to modify the sample preparation parameters inside. This function is suitable for assembly line operations and is rarely used in general laboratories. Manual Mode Interface. This interface is the most commonly used one, and the sample preparation parameters can be modified and adjusted at any time. These two are options for loading methods. The left one is single-point loading. Single-point loading means that 6 small air columns descend simultaneously to apply pressure to the sample. When a pressure of 20 N is set, each sample is subjected to a pressure of 20 N. This is the clamping disc used for single-point loading. Central loading means that the main shaft descends as a whole to apply pressure to the sample. When the pressure is set to 120 N, if 6 samples are placed, each sample will receive a pressure of 20 N. This is the clamping disc used for center loading. The central clamping plate needs to fix the sample with side screws. This is the setting for the rotation speed of the clamping disc, with a range of 20 to 150. The commonly used rotational speed is between 50 and 100. This is the chassis speed setting, with a range of 50 to 600. The commonly used rotation speed is between 150 and 300. The following is the setting for the single runtime, with a range of 0.9999 seconds. This is the dishwashing function. After clicking, the cooling water is automatically turned on, and at the same time, the chassis rotates rapidly to clean the grinding debris on the chassis thoroughly. Click again to stop rotating and turn off the water outlet. This button for manually turning on or off the drip system. You can set 1 group of drops or 2 groups of drops to proceed simultaneously. The dropper is optional. Detailed usage instructions can be found in the ADS for dropper usage steps, which will not be repeated here. This is co-rotation, where the clamping disc and the base disc rotate in the same direction. Next to it is the reverse rotation, where the clamping disc and the base plate rotate in opposite directions. This is the pressure setting button. Central loading pressure range, 20360 Un. Single point loading pressure, 560 Un. This is a quantitative grinding value setting unique to center loading. Single, quantitative range, 0.1 to 20 m. Quantitative accuracy. This is the button for manually turning on or off the cooling water. Next to it is the chassis drying function, which rotates the drying tray rapidly for 5 seconds to drain the accumulated water inside. This is the 180 rotation function of the clamping plate, which facilitates taking or placing samples. Next to it is the 180 rotation function of the chassis, which facilitates taking samples from the inner side of the chassis. The two at the bottom right are the device's start and stop buttons. The above shows the current running time, as well as the preset values and actual values of the quantitative function. Return to the main interface, click on the Settings interface, and you can select the language mode, set the administrator password, and automatically lubricate before the start of each step. Program Library Interface, which contains 20 sets of commonly used sample preparation parameters available for use. Select a program, and you can directly import it into Operator 1 or Operator 2 for use. Clicking Edit also allows you to view or modify the sample preparation parameters in the program. When using Program Library parameters for sampling, only the consumables displayed in the grinding disc replacement program are needed. There is no need to set parameters. After each grinding process, it will automatically adjust to the next process. 4. Maintenance and upkeep. During the polishing process, the polishing liquid tends to remain around the inner wall of the chassis. If not cleaned for a long time, it is easy to agglomerate and block the sewer pipe. Our faucet is pluggable, and after polishing, the inside of the tray can be thoroughly rinsed. The grinding chassis features a conical design, and the 200mm and 300mm diameter chassis can be installed and disassembled more quickly. In addition, an optional, transparent, anti-fouling inner liner is available, making cleaning and maintenance work more efficient. If you still have any questions about our products, you can contact our after-sales engineers at any time.
Trojan. Discover the truth of material.